Good afternoon, dear spectators. We continue the Easter Prize Lieldienu balva in orienteering sports in Latvia, here in the suburb of capital Riga. Now we're waiting the relegation round or knockout sprint, which will start with the semi-final. 18 best athletes on the men and women's side qualified for this knockout sprint. So Lieldienu balva or Easter Prize is organized for the 25th time, starting from 2002, and this is 6 years in a row with knockout sprint starting from 2021. So you can see the map. Apologizes for delay. So with an orienteering sport, you should be very clear with the precise participants in each heat. Yeah, those 18 best are split into 3 heats in the semi-final, 6 in each heat, and best 2 from each heat will go through to the next round, the final, decisive round, the final. For the men, in the semi-final, the length of the course 2.2 kilometers with 16 controls.
In the first semi-final are represented from Czechia and Daniel Bolechowski.
So you can see participants of heat 1.
And from Germany, Ole Henseler.
This we can call the Czech National Championships, because from those 6 in first heat, majority 4 athletes from Czech Republic.
1 minute to go.
Because first and 6, 7th and 12th, 13th and 18th go together. Tomáš Krivda, you can see, one of the strongest Czech. He was fastest in qualification, now the world junior champion from 2023 on your ski. Jakub Chalupski receiving the mat. Next to him will be number 31. That's Daniel Bolechowski, who finished just in front of the teammate into the 6th position. Will be 59. That's Dominik Prusa, another Czech. And then be number 9, Ole Henseler, German, 13th fastest in the qualification or individual sprint.
15 seconds. 10.
So here within the territory of the school. So they are starting like 20 meters before the finish. You can see the blue maxima. That's the finish arc. But now they're making another uphill. So we can see 5 athletes. The German Henseler and Prusa from Czech Republic just in front of this pack of athletes. Of course, the forking in this relegation round to avoid that all will run in the same order to each controls. And let's see how will unfold this first heat. Yes, the fastest man, Tomáš Krivda. Accordingly, heat number 1. So they will be able, as I said earlier, best the fastest 2 from each heat go through. There are no lucky losers like in a cross-country skiing sprint, where also Czech to remember, Jiří Tuš. So that was very good for youngster, that Jiří Tuš, born in 2004, but here's different. No lucky losers, just first 2 places go through to the final. And maybe we'll see some sprint finish. You can see the route choices. So Henseler trying to follow Krivda. Maybe like Prusa, Chalupski, Bolechowski, those 3 Czechs going from other side. You can see those are 3 Czechs running. There's no, they are punching the second control. As I said, totally 16 controls for the men. In the final will be 3 less, 13. as for the women, 13 in a semi-final, but for the men in the final will be 14. Length 2.2 kilometers. They punched the third control. Now they're one of the longest routes to the control number 4. They could even the World Cup podium place winner. Taking a little bit lead. So going different direction. Hensele on the left side. Here you can see Tomasz Krivda, the Czech leader of this first semi-final. So it's not, you can see quite often running in opposite direction, meeting each other athletes. So Tomasz Krivda was so close to the medal at the European Championships in knockout sprint, finishing just behind the podium into the 4th place. So the estimated time around 8 minutes. At the moment, also in contention, the German Hensele. Trying to make a strong rivalry to Krivda. For Hensele, it's top 25 with the forest disciplines, middle along at the World Championships. So for Hensele, better results coming in the middle and long distances. We should take into account this forking as well. And also a stronger wind right now. Wind gusts. Here in the competition center, we cannot see here in the picture. It looks like quite calm, but here some tents are almost flying away. Yeah, last year also in the beginning of April was quite cold, windy, even snow came at the first weekend of April. And the same also this year when the summer last weeks at the March, quite sunny and warm, and then sudden switch of the weather in the beginning of April. So not so nice weather at the Easter time. So the 3-day holiday, Monday, that's usually Easter prize or Lieldienu balva at the Easter. So it's sometimes in the beginning of April, sometimes in the middle of April, sometimes at the end of March. Prusa, Dominic. Yeah, he was very bib number 59, not so high placed in the world sprint rankings. So the athletes holding the same bibs as they run in a qualification, according to the world ranking in a sprint. See Soviet time buildings here in this district. Maybe sometimes the surface is not so flat that the orienteering athletes have used. The different surfaces. More than half of this sprint distance they completed. Still Hensele trailing back Krivda. Meanwhile, Halupski, Prusa, and Belahowski. So Belahowski and Halupski, 2 Czechs winning medals in 2023. Meanwhile, 4th place winner in a knockout European Championship. Tomasz Krivda was thinking that some opponent running behind him, but that was cameraman. So they are coming back to the school area. So few
Jā, parādās mums vienās dalībnieks. Izskatās, ka tas varētu būt Tomašs Krīve. Es gan neesmu pārliecināts, bet es zinu, ka viņam bija šāds trenītājs. Šķiet, ka tas ir viņš, bet 100% nesaku, bet izskatās, ka tas ir viņš. Un mums arī otrais ir Hendelers. Vai tiešām vācietis tiks uzmanāts?
And Tomasz Krivda. We can see the speed. Tomasz Krivda on the final straight, taking it easy, trying to relax a little bit. He knows he's in the front. And he's first, and we have our first finalist. And among 4 Czech athletes, the German Ole Henseler, born in 1988, and TV 10 representative, joins Krivda for the final. And there is Battle Belahowski and Prusa for the 4th and 5th, and Chalupski finishing into the 3rd place, just missing the final spot. So the German, not an easy task for him among the strong youngsters from Czech Republic, gold medalists at the World Junior Championship, but still German Henseler managed to qualify as the second and the last spot from this first heat. Krivda and Henseler, those 2 finalists. Here on the second one, we have 2 similar speaking languages, Finland and Estonia. You see Eero Sorsa from Finland, Lauri Nenonen, Finland, Viho Hietala, Finland, 3 Finns, and 2 Estonians, Jürgen Jonas and Martin Vilsma. And among those 5 ST Suomi athletes, we have 1 local, Valters Reneslaatsis. You can see now bib number 5, that's Jürgen Jonas. So we have a half a minute remaining to the start. Of course, a little bit bigger chances. Yeah, maybe a little surprised because Henseler from the first heat was slower than Chalupski and Belowski, the 2 Czechs. Belowski and Chalupski was faster than Henseler. And also Prusa was faster in qualification than the German, but couldn't beat him in this first heat. But if we look at the results from the second heat, then of course it's Estonians. Jürgen Jonas with 2nd fastest time behind Krivda, and Martin Vilsma with 5th time. They could be favorites. Whether they will manage to show this in this second semi-final heat. So a little bit slippery. This grass as well.
Apzināmies un arī diezgan jau situācijās otrajā balvā, ir prieks Vīdus, Aļļunas startēs pēdējā pusfināla skrējienā. Bet tagad atkal mums jāgaida kādas 6-7 minūtes. Distancē ir otrais pusfināls un turam mīkšs par Valteru Reneslānci.
So, of course, locals will hope for Latvian Reneslāncis. There was not so many Latvians on the men's side. And we must say that Reneslāncis was fastest Latvian with the 14th time. Just behind him was another one, Jubelis, who is very good cross-country skier as well. And Martin Zenitis, last year knockout sprint winner. So 3 Latvians on the men's side. And we have Vilho Hietala, the youngster from the youth group, the Finn, who was among top 10 at the European Youth Sprint Championships in sprint event. It's not a surprise that some youths also making it to the semi-final among top 18. And also this year. And also some younger girls also from the youth groups, even under 16, managed to squeeze in. They were competitors in under 18 group and managed to make through to the semi-final stage. Now little sun appearing, but still very wet the surface. So from Lieldienu, some mistake we can see. He was 11th in qualification. So Estonian, Jonas. Oh, you can see running into each other body. Sometimes it happens. Also, during this qualification, there was also like such a clash. And also somebody had a little injury from that. Jonas and Sorsa. And behind them, Reneslats is Latvian. So Estonian, Finland, and then Latvia. So very quick decision taking. Of course, it's different from the forest disciplines, but some are very good in both. Some are more specialized for this sprint event in a city. Last year it was 4 countries: Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania, and Finland represented in the final for the men. And the women, 5 Latvians and 1 Estonian. But this year, much stronger field, especially on the women's side. Jürgen Jonas is still holding lead, followed by the Finn, Eero Sorsa. Just a few seconds, Finn trailing back Estonian. If that will continue like this, so Estonia, Finland will go through from this semi-final second heat. Remember, it was Germany and Czech Republic from the first heat. So, but the athletes running in their club dresses, not like national dresses. Here coming Martin Vilsme, Estonian, with number 12. In front of this pack. The last year, not only finalist, but also the medalist at Easter prize. We saw in the first semi-final there was not an exciting sprint at the end. Krigda took it quite easy, and then followed by Hensele also on his own. And maybe some more closer battle we will notice a little bit later from heat number 2 at this semi-final. So in the next semi-final we'll see Yannick Michels and Mathieu Perrin, 2 stronger Belgium and French. And also last year winner Martin Zenit from Latvia will be among them. And also 2 times winner Vilius Alelunas will run in the heat number 3. That could be very, very interesting. So the last part. Jürgen Jonas, followed by cameraman. And Eero Sorsa. Looks like also the same situation as from heat number 1 in heat number 2 as well. First to clear away from others. So here running it very close to the railway. There's also school territory, also the museum. And on the final straight, Jürgen Jonas, the World Junior Championship bronze medalist from Estonia, goes into the first place. Esimene koht, palju õnne, Eesti! Jonas goes to the final. Lastly, it was Villisman and Ats Sonajalg, and also Hyvä Suomi, Eero Sorsa, Poinensia, second place, and he joins Henzele Krivda and Jonas. 4 finalists we already know. Here others running. 12 Martin Villisma, last year second place. Outside on 42, Lauri Nenonen, Finland second. What a good job from Lauri Nenonen. Fourth place. And local Latvian Valters Renes Lācis, also medalist at the Latvian Championships. Lācis was a winner of the long marathon distance 2 years ago, a bronze medalist last year in the middle distance. So we have 4 athletes and four different countries: Germany, Czech Republic, Finland and Estonia. Then we will see Belgium and France, and maybe we'll see 6 athletes from 6 different countries in the final. That is quite possible. Or maybe Latvia, local country as well. Or maybe Lithuania. There's a Belgium. 2 Belgium athletes will be next one. We can see Vilius Alelunas. Maalinen, bib number 14. Tivan, the Belgium. Bruno de Klerk. And bib number 2, the French, Mathieu Perrin.
Seconds to go.
So Vilius Alelunas, bib number 15, Belgian favorite Michels. And here you can see Andris Jubelis. We'll see 7 because in the first semi-final heat we saw 5. Now 7 athletes in the last heat. There will be even tighter battle. Alelunas taking the lead, winner of 2022 knockout sprint. Very experienced Lithuanian. Real leader in any team. Always love to do a lot of job in preparation of championships. Also helping other Lithuanian athletes. Always look very serious. A very high feeling of responsibility for Alelunas. Alelunas was the 9th fastest in qualification, lost 1 minute and 17 to Krivda. But the best from all in the qualification was Yannick Michels. He was half minute behind Krivda. And he was just 10 seconds faster than Perrin from France. So, of course, Perrin and Michels, 2 favorites. Yeah, maybe little surprise from the second semi-final that Villisme, as 5th fastest qualification, didn't go through. Instead of him, that was Sorsa, Finnish, who was 8th in qualification. And also 2 Czechs, Chalupsky and Belachowski, who was 6th and 7th. Lost to German Henzele, who was 13th in qualification. So it doesn't mean yet it's a different race. Even you can beat 19th in qualification. Somebody says thank you. individual run was the only one. I will not compete in the relegation round. And you give the athlete spot to the next athlete. And that is also Hietala, so qualified, the Finn. He ran in the previous heat number 2. Youth Championship top 10 finisher in the sprint. Remember Alelunus. He won the medal, the bronze at the World Games. That was also many years ago. So, but Andris Jubel is the Latvian. But now we can see also Yannick Michels. And Malinen Jubelis. And then followed by Loon de Klerk and then Alelunus at the end of this 5 athletes pack. Yeah, Andris Jubelis 3 weeks ago won the gold at the Latvian Championships cross-country skiing relay. He's from Madona city, which is famous for cross-country skiing. And he won with the teammates gold in the cross-country skiing. And 1 week ago, in the famous Baltic country trail running Stirnubuks, he was fastest in a sprint in uphill. Andris Jubelis, so showing that he's still in a good form. He's a veteran, several times Latvian champion, especially in a sprint event. And he was the one who 8 years ago led Latvia into the lead after the first leg at the World Championships relay. When Latvia hosted World Championships in foot orienteering, Jubelis was in the first leg and exchanged as a leader to Edgars Bertuks, the world champion from 2012. And then Zēnis at the last leg finished 8th among very strong rivals, but Latvia was leading after the first 2 legs. And Jubelis put Latvia into the lead. Michels, as I told, you can see Michels from Belgium, top 3 world ranking in a sprint, medalist at the World and European Championships in a sprint event. And then followed by Alelunus now with being number 15. So Alelunus, as I said several times, winner here. And Jubel is also doing a very good job at here in the orange, like Dutch athlete, but it's a local Latvian, Martin Zenitis, winner from last year knockout. Alelunus was the best in the individual sprint, and Zenitis on the screen was fastest in the final and knockout sprint. He surprised a little bit with his victory. So Lithuanians were represented by 2 athletes last year in the final. Alelunus in knockout sprint was 4th, but just in front of him was Adomas Chasas. Now bib number 14, that's the Finn Vinsky Malinen. And here you can see his second from Belgium, Rune de Klerk. Malin was only 65th at the sprint at the World Junior Championships. So this semi-final, a good result for the Finn. TV spectators may be watching, oh, poor Latvians. We cannot see cars more than 10,000 euros. Now some Latvian fans with a Latvian flag, somebody like hiding under umbrella, but the rain has stopped a little bit. But we can see from the flag that still gusty winds. Also challenge for the athletes. Now, men started first. This is the last, the 3rd heat. Then we'll see 3 heats from the women. And Perrin in front, followed by Michels. They're approaching the school territory. Few controls remaining. And it looks like first time so close, the first and second place. And it looks like we have decided who will be in the final. France and Belgium will join. Michels and Perrin. And here Finland and Lithuania followed, but they have to regain some distance in terms of time. It is some 15 seconds at least, so almost impossible to catch the first two. Towards the last control, and now they are on the final straight. Top 10 finish at the World Championship in foreign disciplines. The Frenchman Mathieu Perrin is first, and Yannick Michels, both ranked the top 3 in the sprint, easily joins him. He was running good on Saturday as well. Minsky Malinen goes into the 3rd place. Kopas here for the Finn. And Lunas has been first here several times. Lithuanian champion multiple times. Goes into the 4th place. This time without the final. Last year Lunas was 4. And Jubilis was winning also a few years ago here this knockout. And only now we can see last year winner. Last year winner Martin Zenitis finishing right now. Of course, this year much stronger field, and the organizers very happy. Such a high-level athletes coming here.
One from Finland, one from Estonia, one from Belgium, one from France, one from Czech Republic.
Now we will switch to the ladies' side, but some 64, Alexandra Hornik from Poland, then Rauterier, the fastest qualification, the Czech, Teresa, and the number 70, that's Birte Friedrichs, the German, and a 76. That's Elina Hyppä, Finland, Suomi. Number 68, Teresa Smelikova, Slovakian. And bib number 102, that's Finland, Selma Mäkkäräinen, with the famous biathlon last name. Of course, Rauterier and Hornig, both two favorites. First and
30 seconds.
And 4th.
Ten.
Yeah, Teresa Rauterier won the qualification by quite a big margin, by half minute in front of the second fastest. That was Finnish Vera Klementinen, medalist of the World Junior Championships, also in the World Games. Teresa Rauterier, Czech woman, who has now half of French as well. Yeah, the compilation in the men's. 6 athletes from 6 different countries. Hensele, Germany, Krivda, Czech Republic, Sorsa, Finland, Jonas, Estonia, Michels from Belgium, and Perrin from France. And let's see, maybe two from one country on the ladies' side will qualify. Here at the first semi-final, we can see Poland, Germany, Finland with 2, Czech Republic, and Slovakia. Remember, on the men's side, it was 4 Czechs already in the first heat, but only one, Tomáš Krivda, managed to qualify for the next decisive round, which is final. No, so Selma Mäkkäräinen was without such a big results at the international circuit. The Hornik has been 4th and 5th at the World and European Championship, just behind the podium. So very good, stronger Polish. Will turn 30 this year. Poland will host World Junior Championships in foot orienteering next year, 2027. Poland hosted World Championships MTB orienteering last year in the capital Warsaw. Slovakia leading this pack. Smelikova in front of McRae and Friedrichs, and there hit by Hornik. Now approaching control number 4. Yeah, meanwhile, German beat the Friedrichs. Top 30 finish at the World Championships in the long distance. Didn't squeeze to the final relegate in a sprint event. Stopped in qualification. Yeah, in a knockout sprint at the European Championships, Friedrichs was 72nd. But she has been in top 30 and also World Junior Championships, and very high fourth place for Friedrichs at the European Youth Championships. She was a fourth in the long distance in top 10 finisher, with the 8th place also in a sprint. Teresa Rauterier. Now, Lina Hippa. And Hornik into the 2nd place. Behind Rauterier. Now we can see Teresa Smelikova, Slovakian. Smelikova will turn 27 this year. Top 20 finish at the World Championships in the forest disciplines, 19 in the middle, 17 in the long distance. European Championships also very close to top 10, 13 for Smelikova. So she's very good in the forest disciplines. But the best result for her, the junior category, came in a sprint, where she was 21st. So we can see 2 groups, Smelikova, Mäkäräinen, Friedrichs, German, Finn and Slovakian. Another Finn Hippa, Czech Rauterier and Polish Hornik. So they will approach control number 10. Rauterier could arrive first there. Now again, a stronger rain started, like you can see in the picture, but clearly poor spectators, but they are still excited from this Lieldienu balva or Easter prize. Not thinking about leaving, they will stay until the end of the finals, of course. Still really big orienteering friends arriving here on the competition place. Once again, Teresa Rauterier, we can see. She's a commanding lead before the last, followed by Hornik, Polish. Between Rauterier and Hornik, the cameraman only. It's also not so far away from each other. And no battle for the last spot, no finish. Hippa, and then we can see Smelikova. Rauterier from Czech Republic. Last control, and then 30 meters uphill. So Rauterier can see the wind has damaged a little bit. Rauterier wins the first semi-final. The qualification winner.
And that's the fight for the 3rd place in the first semi-final. It looks like Smelikova. There is a Smelikova from Slovakia.
And Poland also has something to cheer. Hornik also joins the finalists with Rauterier and Smelikova. running very fast last part, overtaking the Finn. Smelikova finished into the third place. But it was difficult task for Smelikova to beat Hornik and Rauterier. Smelikova was seventh. Here you can see Selma Mäkkäräinen from Finland. Also having some experience. But there were not only two who were hoping for final spot, there were more athletes. But some were facing reality that almost impossible task to go through to the final because they're doing their best battling. But of course, they admit that the rivals are stronger. It's a really, really strong field for this gold world ranking event. So Ozon's Orienteering Club really getting this gold level, gold world ranking event in Orienteering sports. Yeah, some emotions from Elena Hippa. Bib number 70, Witte Friedrichs, the German, competed in the first semi-final on your screen. The Germany will be represented also in this second semi-final because we will see Emma Kaspari. It's very famous, another Emma in alpine skiing in winter, Emma Eicher, was World Cup winner of downhill and Super G and was battling with Michael Schifrin for overall globe. Was a little bit missing, the youngster from Germany, Emma Eicher, that is alpine skiing, but here we'll see Emma Kaspari. She will compete with bib number 71, but here with 73 on the screen. And this is 71, Emma Kaspari.
30 seconds.
Annika Simonsen, the Dane. She's wearing bib number 91. Yeah, that was Estonian Pandis with 73. She was also among the finalists in previous years. And of course, locals will hope for Sandra Grosberger. And of course, one of the strongest in this field, Vera Clementinen, the Finn with bib number 65. But Grosberger taking the lead. On the left side, they are Clementinen, Grosberger, winner last 4 years in a row, starting from 2022. Generally, she has won 7 times. Also, Latvian Artūrs Pauliņš has won 4 times on the men's side. That's the largest number of victories on the men's side for Artūrs Pauliņš. He was not among competitors this year, but Grosberger will try to defend her title. Last year, Sandra Grosberger won in front of Ilze Jumice, the promising youngster from Latvia. Laura Puķīte was third, but now also few Latvians made through, including the youngster Melāni Rožukalne, who we'll see on the last third heat. She was one of the last starters and qualified at the last moment. And she was a little bit lucky because she finished 19th, but Elze Tuse, one of the strongest Latvians, who was 12th best in the qualification, refused to compete in this knockout. Some little small injury, making some problems at the foot for Elze Tuse, who was among top 10 at the World Games last year. Also, Grosberger was among top 10, close to the podium in top 5 at the World Games. First controls of Grosberger, still in the leading position. She's a very good runner. She competed at Latvian Championships Athletics in 5,000 meters, winning the silver medal. Remember, Latvia had also this European junior champion Agatha Zaune in athletics. But also good result for Latvian Darta Putne, wearing bib number 86. She was fifth at the Latvian Championship sprint, but she was 14th in the qualification, lost to Riga 2.5 minutes. For the men to qualify, you couldn't lose more than 2 minutes to the leader, but it's usually more tighter battle on the men's side than for the ladies. So Simonsen doing very good. Yeah, Simonsen was 31st at the World Championship long distance. That was in the Czech Republic. That's her best result at the World Championships. 31st place, so a little bit missing to the top 30. At the European Championship, she is also just outside top 30, 33rd in the long and 35th in the middle distance. But in the World Cup, she has been top 30 with 25th place. In Davos, in middle distance. But in the Junior Championships, she did very good with the 6th place in the long distance. That was in Hungary 2018. In the sprint, she was 25th only. So, German Kaspari trying to follow Grossberger. Now Clementinen, the Finn, second fastest in the qualification behind Rauterier. And then followed by 76. Pandis from Estonia there as well. Yeah, Pandis was a 5th in knockout stage and 3rd fastest in qualification or individual sprint. Of course, Estonia would like to repeat successor from last year. But now Simonsen and Grossberger. Simonsen, who was a top 6 finisher at the World Junior Championship, the long distance, and Grossberger, who was a medalist at the Youth Championships former and missing just a little bit to the medal at the World Games last year. And win the last 4 years, as I said earlier. Of course, she understands that she has a much stronger rivalry this year, strongest field ever here at the Easter Prize. And the gold level world ranking event. Yeah. Clementinen and the Latvian Championship 5th place winner Putne Darta there as well. And now they will meet, and they will be very interesting. Maybe most exciting race for the final 2 spots so far. A Finn in front. Oh, that will be very interesting. 3 athletes coming quite closely together, and cameraman following all those 3. So last a few controls remaining. Oh, that's the closest rivalry so far. Clementine and Grossberg in the first 2 places. Oh, you can see Clementine and Grossberger. And Finn and Latvia will qualify. So Grossberger, the last year winner, will go to the final. So Latvia will be represented in the final, at least on the women's side. Clementine, second fastest in qualification, is joined by Grossberger.
Second place winner is just third this time out of the finals. The next, of course, Darta Putne.
The Latvian Darta Putne into the 3rd. She was fifth at the Latvian Championships in the sprint, but now third in this heat, this strong heat. Now we can see. So she should be fourth. That's what it will be fourth in this heat. You can see on the screen right now. Now Emma Kaspari from Germany making through to the semi-final. Also good achievement for German. And only now Hannola Katrin Pandis. Simonsen from Denmark, the third there. Now Pandis, third individual last year, fifth in knockout final. Now she finishes the race in a semi-final stage. But still one heat remaining for the ladies. So the recap of the second heat.
Viņas kluba biedrene Ilze Jumite pagājušā gada izslēgšanas sprinta otrās vietas ieguvēja. Un kopā ar mūsējām arī somiete, spēcīgā somiete Maiju Oksanena, lietuvietēm, arī laureāte iepriekšējo gadu Lieldienu balvas tekla Emīlija Lieldienu un vēl viena somiete Venla Turakainen.
So the finish of the first two, and then comes Dane. Clementine on the screen, 65. With 105, you can see Stigna Sirma, also several times Latvian championship medalist, also the gold medal winner. Now 192, the youngster Melanie Romanov, the oldest broken sisters, also have won several times the Stigna book, famous at male competition. Also competing in Latvian Championship Athletics, and now Lieldienu, retaining with number 75. Now a 66, Maija Oksanen from Finland. Now 69, Ilse Jumiti, last year's second place winner at European Championship for the youth silver medalist. And 72, and that's Venla Turakainen. 3 from Latvia, 2 from Finland, and 1 from Lithuania. So Lieldienu was not so far away, but couldn't manage to reach the final. Maybe Lieldienu, who has been several times on the podium, will bring Lithuania into the final here at Easter Prize. So a few seconds remaining. Yeah, 3 Latvians. Sandra Grosberg already qualified for the final. Maybe some other girl from Latvia will join Grosberger. So it was on the men's side that nobody from Latvia was in the final, because usually on the men's side it has been a stronger field, but for the women the strongest ever. Also for the men strongest ever, but especially for the women. Leaving this full territory. Ilse Jumiti, she was a little bit complaining that some pain in the leg, but still she's maybe didn't have such a good results in the forest disciplines in the early this season, but now very good qualification run with the third place for the Latvian. So Jumiti was third, best from this heat in qualification. Then Oksanen was 6th. And maybe Oksanen had to run in the first heat. And Hornik should run together. Hornik was in the first heat. You see Ilse Jumiti doing good. She's challenging Grosberger, because in the qualification Jumiti was best Latvian. Last year Jumiti lost in qualification to Grosberger only 2 seconds, but this year the younger athlete Ilse was in front of Sandra. Then the forking will start very soon at this part. So Oxtonen has been in top 30 at the World Championships, 29th in the long distance. In the sprint, she finished in the qualification, 43rd in the knockout sprint. And she's been in top 20 at the World Cup sprint event. So at the moment, also quite interesting in the close battle. Sirma in front of us, the Latvian, multiple times medalist at the national championship. So at the moment, during the last 20 seconds, we could saw the most expensive car, not exceeding 4,500 euros, parked here at the competition area. Ilse Jumite, followed by Kvildita Lithuania now. Kvildita, born in 1990. Now this year she will turn 36. Yeah. At the World Championship, she was 46 in a knockout sprint, but usually in top 3. At the Easter Prize, Lieldienu balva. She was not competing last year, but earned the medal 2022, 2023, and 2024. Sirma, Latvian in a dark dress.
Viens.
And then Oxenen. And we saw Oxenen, the Finn, from Kangasala. Yeah, we have Poland with Hornik, Czechia Rauterie, Latvia Grosberg, and Vera Klementinen. So at least 4 different countries so far. But the Finland could be the first country with 2 athletes in separate gender. I mean, on the women's side with 2 athletes in the final. On the men, 6 athletes, 6 different countries. For the women so far, from the first 2 heats, also 4 athletes, 4 different countries. Then few minutes break, and then we'll continue with the men's final. Oksanen and Jumite. So approaching the last, you can see Kvildita right now will miss the final spot. So it looks like Finland and Latvia could be in the final with the 2 athletes. Last control, Oxenen leads, and Jumite also in quite a safe position. Yeah, looking back at Jumite, checking how close the rival, and Oxenen. Oh, ladies, they could ease a little bit. Number 66, legendary Canadian hockey player Mario Lemieux, who played for Pittsburgh Penguins. His name 66, number Olympic also champion from Salt Lake City Games in 2000. Oksanen and Jumice. Finland was still active in the final, and it was a Jumice. The youth championship silver, Bill Dieter, still times in top three. This time just outside the final. Melanie Rožkaln, Kabejtla, and Melanie Rožkaln was the last to qualify because Jose said no, and something wrong with Signe Sirma, Latin Championship medalist. Oh, some pain. Sirma was 12. And very good for youngster Rožkaln, one of the leading orienteering athletes from the youth groups in Latvia. So Alexandra Hornik, Teresa Rauturier, Sandra Grosberga, Vera Clementinen, Ilse Jumice, Maiju Oksanen. Those are the 6 finalists on the women's side. And the recap from the last third heat. It was Venla, not Harju, but Venla Turakainen from Kalevan Rasti. Venla, Harju and Signe Sirma going here together. Now you can see Oksanen. In the middle part, she took the lead and didn't let anyone to overpass her, winning the third heat. So Ilse Jumice, she could save maybe a little power, but she was in a safe second position. Yeah, see.
So we are here with a new Latvian star, Melanie Rožkaln, 5th place. Remind us, how old are you? 15 or 16?
14.
Even better, 14 years old. So, first time probably for you in knockout sprint. How did you find?
It was hard, like running was difficult, but the map was easier than I thought. But it was pretty good.
It's pretty cold and rainy weather here. How did that feel for you?
Yeah, I feel like it affected some things because I was like in this semi-final. It was cold, but I guess I got warmed up during the run.
And now you saw how fast are the fastest women here. Next year? 2 years?
I don't know, they were really fast, but I can try to be the same level.
Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, we can see surrounding. This is a tower here, very few meters away from the start and finish line. So we have approximately 20 minutes remaining to the final. After the individual sprint, we had the prize giving for the youth and the master senior groups, which competed only individual sprint. But this joint elite and youth 18 group competing in a knockout stage, in this knockout sprint, which is organized by Ozon's Orienteering Club for the 6th year in a row. and first time as gold world ranking event. So 3:45 local time, 2:45 Central European time will continue. You can join the decisive stage, the final, where we'll see 6 best. Remember, on the men's side, it's a German Henseler, Czech Krivda, Finland Sorsa, Estonian Jonas, Belgium Michels, and French Perrin. And for the ladies, Polish Hornik, Czech Rauterier, Grosberger from Latvia, Clementine and Finland, another Latvian Jumitje, and second Finn Oksanen. Ivars Batis with you. We'll continue in a few minutes time, in some 15 minutes time.
Yeah, big days.
So another Latvian here, Walter Reneslācis, he was actually today the best of the Latvian runners, finishing 5th in his semi-final. But the same 5th place was for Andris Jubelis, and turns out you are the best by how many seconds?
1.
Yes, 1 second was the difference in the qualification race. So Walters will get a prize as the best Latvian runner today. So tell me, how did you find out this knockout part? Was it fast, technical? How was it?
It was fast, maybe not so technical, but really, really fast, and it was decisive if you choose the right route choice or not, because then you could gain some couple of seconds. And then in the beginning, I maybe chose one not so good route choice, lost a couple of seconds and also a couple of positions. But then I take it risky to the fourth control. I went alone there, gained the position. Then it was more individual race because there started to be forking. I did all the forking all alone, and on the second last control, which was the common control, I was behind the group. I went to the other route choice as all the other guys on the last leg. It wasn't fastest, but I had to risk it to gain some positions. But I stayed in the 5th position anyway, so nothing really changed.
Yeah. So how does it actually feel to have such a strong runners field now in Kurzemes Pavasaris, now also today in Lieldienu balva? It's quite unusual for us, but how is it for elite athletes?
Yeah, it really is not so usual to have such a strong crowd in Latvia, but it's nice. It's nice to compare yourself with other top athletes in Latvian terrains. You can see where are you at the very beginning of the season, and yeah, and I really enjoyed both Lieldienu balva and Kurzemes Pavasaris. Have this strong field. Maybe the course is both today and Kurzemes Pavasaris middle, which I ran, was not extremely difficult and technical, but anyway, great to have such a crowd here.
Yeah, thank you. Congratulations, Walters, on being the best Latvian today, and we are very much looking forward to the final.
Bet es domāju, ka arī būs tā kā pirmie finišēs, te jau būs uzreiz otrs fināls, vai ne? Tā ir tā kā, nu nebūs starpiņi. Es domāju, vai mēs varam uzreiz paķert pēc pirmā fināla. Varam, jā? Nu, jā, mošajās tā pateikšu viņu pašu.
Sākās.
Meitene visas pirmās 6 kvalifikācijā arī finālā tik. Andri, Andri, meitenēm sanās, ka visas 6 kvalifikācija arī viss finālā. Tā saka. 6 kvalifikācija bija.
Tātad, pagaid.
Kas par sadalu? Te ir MA, MBA. Tas ir
Vīriešiem bija pirmais Kriga, otrais Jonas, trešais bija Mihels un ceturtais Parēns. Pirmie 4 vīriešiem. Henzelers bija 13. un Šors 8.
Tiešām pasaules augstākā līmeņa orientēšana. Tāpat arī no pasaules elites francūzes Ukrainas 58. Riga rangā, 24. meža rangā, tātad arī viens no galvenajiem uzvaras pretendentiem. Protams, šim pulkam mēs pieskaitām arī ļoti izspēcīgo Lieldienu Jonasu, 52. vieta pasaules rangā, protams, paus arī viņš 4. izcēkot pēdējās distances posmos upīgi neklātienes cīņā. Un tad divi šie 4 nosauktie arī bija kvalifikācijā pirmajās 4 vietās uzvarot Rīgām, taču 2 atlikušie finālisti jaunais Eiropas kvalifikācijā bija 8. Viņš, kuriem paus arī uzvarēja junior sacensībās pret vācietis Henzelers, kvalifikācijā bija tikai 13. vietā, bet lūk, tagad tieši viņš ir tas, kas savu valsts pārstāvēs lielajā finālā. Endels patiešām bravo, lielisks sniegums ir viņam. Nebija iepriekšā prognoze, ka tieši viņš varētu tikt finālā. Sievietes sastais 12 minūtes vēlāk, 15.57, un šeit visas 6 dalībnieces, kas ir finālā, arī kvalifikācijā iedzīvojās pirmajā sešniekā. Tā ir neticams, ka šī tikai man cerēs, bet tur viena no 4 bija uzvarētāji. Protams, arī ir viena no galvenajām uzvaras pretendentiem 10. vieta pasaules rangā. Šobrīd ir drusku labākā formā nekā Aleksandra Kalniņa, kas pasaules rangā pat ir uz augstāk 5. vietā. Bet, gribētos teikt, ka Ratuļie Kalniņam favorīts uz uzvaru, bet to gribēs apšaubīt, nevis apšaubīt, bet apšaubīt ne tikai Aleksandra Kalniņa, bet, protams, arī Somiete Majo Oksenena, Vēra Klementīniem, kas ļoti atzīstam uzstātāji arī kurzemes profesorī, un, protams, arī mūsējās pēdējā 4 gadu izslēgšanas sprinta uzvarētāji Kamalā Sandra Krosberga, mūsu uzvārdošā zvaigzne no Zimika, pagājušā gada 2. vieta izslēgšanas sprintā, tā kā šeit būs varens cīņas, un tomēr liekot to pirms fināla prognozi, liekot Ratuļie, ja runājam par īriem, es teiktu, ka tur ir grūtāk paredzēt, tur tomēr ir šie 3 salīdzinoši ar Lieldienu, kā viņš to Lieldienu sāka kontaktēties. Riga, Mikls un Sarins. Riga izskatās, ka viņš nav bijis labā formā šobrīd, bet Mikls tomēr sprinta speciālists, kurš izteiks. Iespējams, ka finālā viņš nožieslēgs 7. ātrumu, ja tā mēs varētu izteikties. Bet līdz finālam viņam noteikti mazāk kā 7 minūtes, tātad 15.45 un skatītājus mēs aicinām pulsēties Daugaru muzeju parkā, kur tad būs arī distances sākums. Jā, tagad Daugaru muzeju parks ir tur augšā pa kāpnēm, kur ir šis pasaules šī laukšmeņu milzīgā sēta mūris, un tur augšā ir tā vieta, kur startēs arī finālu dalībnieki. Jau pavisam drīz sāksies izšķirošās cīņas par 23. Lieldienu balvas, un tas sanāks startā izslēgšanas sprinta lauriem, kas šogad tātad ir arī vēl kategorijas pasaules rangā sprinta mačs ar ļoti šis spēcīgi dalības sastāvā, un ko jūs arī varat redzēt realitātē, un protams, šajā spēcīgajā konkurentē sieviešu sacensībā arī muzejās piedalās vēl 2 gadus labākajām, un diezgan pelnīgi, mazāk konkurenti, bet tāpēc arī esam uzņēmumam, kuriem kvalifikācijā un arī uzmanības sacensībās. Mums ir reizkām, tas, ka mums pēc fināls sekos apbalvošana, kurā tikai šis top 3 bet arī labākie mūsu un vīriešu konkurences pārstāvšajās sacensībās, kurā
So the establisher of this brewery was living there, also former Latvian president Ulmanis was residing here. So nice park during the summer, but now just winter over, and this middle part from the winter and summer, it's not so nice looking all around in the nature, missing this green color, but maybe some warmer temperature will come, and then within the 10-15 days it will look more green here. So the finalists will start the opposite direction. Then they started in the semi-final. In the semi-final, we had 18 best athletes from the preliminary round, from qualification. They were divided into the 3 heats different. But now, 6 best will compete in the final. Remember the system. First 2 from each semi-final heat qualified for the final. And now, within 3-4 minutes time, we will see the final. We will start with the men. We can say that no big surprises so far. Top 3 from qualification made through to the final for both for men and women. So the length of the course in the final 2.1 kilometer for the men with 14 controls, climb 35 meters, and for the women will be 1.8 kilometers, 11 controls and climb 25. So we had 3.8 for the men and 3.4 kilometers for the ladies in the qualification. Then in the semi-final, 2.2 lengths and 1.7 for the men. So with each stage, the course getting a little bit shorter, also number of controls reducing. For the men's final, we'll see 6 different nations: Finland, Belgium, Estonia, France, Germany, and Czech Republic. On the women's side, we'll see 4 different countries: Poland, Latvia, Finland, Czech Republic. So during the summer, beautiful area here, of course. A different place every year, this Lieldienu balva. Starting 2021, the knockout stage, additional to the individual sprint. You can see the finalists on the men's side. It's slowly warming up, running to the start area. So, yeah, 2 outside top 6 qualified for the final in the qualification. That's a Finnish Sorsa. He was 8th in the qualification. So close to the no surprise at all. So he overtook to Czechs Halotki and Wilachowski, who was 67th. But Hensele was 13th, and now you can see world ranked the 2nd best in a sprint. World Championship silver medal was 2022, and the bronze medal European Championship Yannick Michels. Now World Cup winner, World Cup 3rd place, and the World Championship 4th place winner. Thomas Kim division number 3, and Finland 8th master qualification. Eero Sorsa, big number 25. Next to him, top 10 finisher at the World Championships in the forest discipline, Perrin from France. He was 4th in qualification. And now top 30 finisher in the forest disciplines. Hensele from Germany, bib number 9. And the young Estonian, bronze medalist at the World Junior Championships, a sprinter in Romania from 2023, bib number 5. He was 2nd best in a qualification. Thomas Piebner was very overwhelmingly first in the first heat. Then Michels and Perrin was both almost together in the second heat. In the last heat, apologizes, and Jonas and Sorsa, Estonian and Finn, first 2 in a second heat.
10.
That will be very, very exciting, I hope. It's a very strong field. Very good achievements for those athletes, medalists in elite and junior category. Started the Lieldienu balva final. 6 different countries represented here at this old world ranking event. So last year it was Latvian Martin Zenitis who won. He finished this year in the semi-final stage. And Yannick Michels, the winner from 2024, also here in this final. Let's see whether the World Championship silver medalist from 2022 will repeat his success here in Latvia in Lieldienu balva after 1 year of break. Now Tomáš Krivda taking the lead in front of the Frenchman Perrin. Tomáš Krivda was the 3rd best ranked according to the world rankings in the sprint from those all athletes. Therefore wearing bib and number 3. Michels is the highest ranked. And here Jonas, Estonian, managed to squeeze in top 20 in the elite adult at the European Championships. Medalist at the junior category. Krivda. Interesting that he was a 4th in the knockout sprint at the European Championships, but was also very close to the podium in long distance in the forest discipline. But at the World Cup, 2 times on the podium, with victory once and with a 3rd place on other occasion. Perrin and Michels, they were running together in the semi-final heat and doing the same also in the final. So far in the early part, remember, totally 14 controls. Now on the first half of the sprint distance, Krivda here in front, followed by Jonas, then coming Perrin, then And Henseler, the German, who has been in top 30 at the forest disciplines. At the World Championships, also 22nd place at the European Championships for this forest discipline for the German. 13th at the qualification, so he was the lowest ranked in qualification from all the finalists. But did very good semi-final heat, and without any doubt qualified for this decisive stage. So they are running quite closely together here in the final. In the semi-final, we saw some forking, and then they came together. So they are approaching control number 9. This is very long one, and also from the control number 10 to the 11 will be a very long route. So we can see the Jonas a little bit trailing there, but now he's trying to join them, but Kriv the first there at the control number 9. Perrin also very close there. Now Michel's outside top 3 right now. Maybe he tired a little bit from the Saturday's race at the Kurzemes Pavasaris. Henseler. That will be first time if Kriv wins that Czech Republic wins here. So it's not the first time when local Latvia not represented in the final on the men's side. For the women, always Latvia in the final or winners. But still not decided anything yet. Now it's very interesting what athletes will choose to do here. So nobody chose to go around. Still Kriv the Czech. Sorsa and Michels. Nobody has such a advantage to take into consideration. And you can see 5 athletes running here. Coming back to the start-finish area. Krivda and Jonas behind him. Last year it was Estonian Vilsman with the second place. Now Jonas could do the same. Now running upstairs, Krivda still fastest man in qualification, winner of the semi-final heat. Now, approaching this tower. Yeah, Yannick Michels, winner here in Latvia 2024. Sorsa. There also was on ski, but now leader from Czech Republic, Tomáš Krivda, very closely followed by Jürgen Jonas. So the decisive stage approaching. That like in an MTB orienteering when Czechs battling with Estonian Malsros. Gobogar Or Ludwig battling with Malsos in a sprint event. Here, Krivda with Jonas. Tomasz Krivda here in front, and the last few meters remaining. Yeah, not so far behind him, Jürgen Jonas, but still, Tomasz Krivda. Now he understands that Jonas will not catch him. Czech Republic takes the victory. Tomasz Krivda is the winner of Lieldienu balva Easter Prize World Ranking event called in Latvia. Jürgen Jonas, Estonia's second year in a row in a second place. And here comes Mathieu Parrin, the Frenchman. Seventh at the middle distance at the World Championships, 13th in the Sprint and European Championships, and 8 years ago he won the silver and the long distance World Junior Championship. And winner here, Latvia 2024 European and World Championship sprint medalist from Belgium, Yannick Michels, this time outside the medals for the fourth place. Henseler from Germany will take the fifth place. World Championship of 30 finisher and European Championship of 30 finisher in the fourth disciplines. Fifth place. Jonas congratulates Henseler. Looks like Henseler most tired from all the finalists. Krivda satisfied with the victory, convincing during the all stages with the fastest time in qualification. Clear winner in the semi-final, and they're also controlling situation. Jonas was breathing in his neck, but Krivda has a safe advantage not to be threatened. But Jürgen Jonas, the World Junior Championship bronze medalist from 2023, doing a really good job challenging Krivda from Czech Republic. It was interesting, really, in the battle for the victory on the men's side, not so far away. It wasn't like a classical sprint finish, but still Estonian Jonas was challenging Krivda. And let's see what will happen on the women's side later.
Sacensībās izslēgšanas sprinta otrais fināls sievietes sešnieks, lielais sešnieks šobrīd.
Also now rain has stopped a little bit, and wind was not so strong as during some semi-finals. It's like finalists on the women's side. And especially in such weather conditions, it's important the map. Sustainable material in these rainy conditions, printed and prepared by Jānis Lazdāns, Latvian. Artis Zariņš was also involved, making the map. And Colin Kolben, Jānis Tamuš, the course creators. Very soon we'll see the finalists on the women's side. For the women, you can see the length of the course, 1.8 kilometers. Number of controls, 11. So for the ladies, a little bit shorter distance as usually. So estimated winning time, 7 minutes. Climb only 10 meters. Riega on the left side with bib number 63. Maija Oksanen now on your screen from Finland, winner of the last heat. Now bib number 65. That's Veera Klementinen, second fastest woman in qualification. Now 64. That's Alexandra Hornik, fourth in qualification. Silver medalist at the World Junior Championship middle distance. And now Ilse Jumite, also silver medalist at the Youth Championships in the sprint event, and Sandra Gosberg, also medalist in the European Championship, but also top 10 finisher at the World and European Championships in 4 disciplines in the lead. And just behind the podium at the World Games, Sandra Gosberg, multiple times winner here. She's smiling, feeling good. She will try to defend her title and 6 years in a row. But never ever before she faced such a strong challenge as this year. So a few seconds remaining. Two Latvians, two Finland athletes, one from Poland and one from Czech Republic. And the final for the ladies is underway. Sandra Gosberger runs faster, then followed by Jumite, two Latvians running very fast in the first few meters. But remember, Rieldienu was the fastest in qualification by half-minute advantage to the Finn Clementinen. Now they are running around this beautiful building. Grosberga, Oksanen, Rieldienu, Jumite, Hornik. Now Rieldienu and Grosberga, Hornik, followed by Clementinen into the fourth, Jumite fifth, and Oksanen into the sixth place. But that's a very early part. Rieldienu on the screen. She was convincing in her semi-final, winning the qualification. Silver medalist at the World Junior Championships. At the sprint at the European Championship, she was 11th, and the best result for Czech. Hornik running next to the Rieldienu, then followed in the third place Finn Clementine, and now we can see Latvian Ilse Jumite, youngest from the finalists. She was second place winner last year, behind Sandra Grosberga, and again both Jumite and Grosberga in the final. If last year they were in the lead, but now they're facing stronger rivalry, and still very interesting. Nobody has dropped back, nobody in commanding lead, so quite closely, all still. So now it's important to choose maybe shortest route. Grosberger choosing to go on the right side, contrary to the other ladies, which chose the left. Maybe that will make her to take the lead. Let's see later. Then we'll see whether this was most clever choice. Rieldienu. And see, you can see again the joining together. Now the meeting coming from the different sides. And we can see all six still tightly packed together. What an exciting race for the women so far. At the moment we saw 7 running on the screen, 7. Maybe one of them was local, running for the milk and bread to the shop. Let's see, Grosberga. It's not like shops are closed 4 o'clock in Easter time. Some are not working, some are open. Food shops are open. This is Alder's brewery, producing beer, this building here. For Jumite it will be difficult to get the beer because she's under 18. She has to wait. Others could be able to receive that after the finish. Grosberg could come victory number 8 and 5th in a knockout sprint at the Lieldienu prize, Lieldienu balva. Several times Latvian champion. She was dominating from 2018, winning several years all the disciplines, and then a few years ago Elsa Chuse started to make strong rivalry to Stranda Grosberg. They're coming back to this competition arena. Sandra Grosberg. So a few controls remaining. For the men, we saw Krivda and Jonas. Running now, we can see Hornik from Poland here. Punching here. Teresa Roturier behind her. Hornik and Roturier very close together. And all others coming. Jumite, Clementine and Oksanen there, but Grosberg on her own. Let's see how it will unfold at the last part. Jumite chasing Oksanen. There, Grosberg behind her. Roturier and Hornik, and the same situation could be like on the men's side, and also Czech Republic involved. Czech Republic leading also the women's side. You can see Teresa Roturier. And 2 victories for Czech Republic. The Dom of Mui, Czechka the Dom of Mui will be played 2 times. Teresa Roturier, World Junior 2 medalist in the sprint event, takes the victory here. And Alexandra Hornik, the Polish 2 medalist in the World Junior Championship, the middle distance. 2 first places to the World Junior Championship, 2 medalists, 1 in sprint, 1 in the middle distance. And Hornik is World Championship 4th place in the lead and 5th in the European Championships in the sprint. Clementine, 2nd fastest lady in the qualification, comes to the finish. 8th in the sprint at the World Championships and European Championships. Also good achievement. Ilse Jumite, the last year's 2nd place, comes at the end of this final. Behind Oksanen and Sandra Grosberg only now. At the one stage it seemed that the Grosberg maybe leads, but from last 4 years, World Games top 5 finisher Sandra Grosberg this time completes top 6, and she's 2nd best from Latvia. Ilse Jumite, the best Latvian. We can see Clementine Rauterier and bib number 66 there, Maja Oksanen. And Polish Hornik congratulated with the 2nd place. Good job. She was just outside top 3 at the qualification with a 4th result. Yeah, on the ladies' side, it was very interesting that all the 6 qualification ladies made through to the final. All 6. So no changes at all. Top 6 in the qualification, also in the final. Teresa Roturier. She won the silver at the World Junior Championships, big as Janosikova there that time. Maybe later we'll see some interview with the winner to hear some news. Yeah, for the ladies it's also very nice ending. Also for the women and men, both were very interesting.
So we are here today with the knockout winner, Teresa Roturier from Czech Republic. Congratulations. You were not running yesterday the long distance as many others, so you were very focused on this race.
Yeah, like of course it's a sprint season right now, or half of the season, so as a high-level athlete, like I'm aiming for WOC, so use this knockout opportunity was the best. And in our club it was kind of said that you should not do 3 races in a row, so that's why I did medal and sprint training yesterday, and I could hopefully have some energy for today. And it was a nice fight in the final.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more about the final, especially the last route choice. You chose to go all the way around the beer brewery, actually. How was that decision made?
I think we were a bit confused a couple of controls before with some private area that it was not like tape, so we kind of crossed, and I think then none of us was ready to do the route choice, and then I kind of saw two options, but in the same time, like, is this a bit like not panic way, but you need to like play it tactically. So then I decided to go left, and because Alexandra was going left, so then I pushed, and it was actually good because it was easy route choice, and you could just push, and I used the time to read and get ready for the final couple of controls, and I know it by heart, and that was the winning key, because then Alexandra stopped a bit and she didn't know where to aim, so then I could over sprint her in this way.
So you passed her there in the last downhill, yes, right down to the gate. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, congratulations, and we hope to see you again.
Thank you.
Knockout sprint organized by Ozon's Orienteering Club. And the recap of the final for the women.
Riga. Alexandra Hornik, second place in other tournament winning, third by my option post. Lieldienu tātad labākā no Latvijas piekta reitā, Sandra Sastāv nostādošā vietas, Andrejs arī
The men's final. Yeah, Krivda now followed by Perrin, but at the last part it was Estonian Jonas who was chasing the Czech. Now you can see Jonas chasing Krivda. And also similarly close was the ladies, Riga and Hornik. But two victories for the Czech Republic, Krivda and Riga. Just winner from last year, Grosberger smiling before, but when she arrived in place number 6, of course, not so happy mood she was in. And this route she chose was not the fastest one, apparently. That we could see the one lady who was running being 7th during the final of the ladies. Now she was coming back, this bag of the food inside from the local shop, which will close in a few minutes' time. What a friendly picture, Clementinen and Riga. And this is Latvian Signe Sirma having a lunch.
We are here with Sandra Grosberger, as we called her, Lieldienu balva champion many times in a row. This time it's 6th place, but it seems like it all actually turned out the decisive very route choice, where you were together with everyone and then finally you were behind. Tell us a little bit about what happened there at the control before.
Yes, well, I saw the long route and I was sure that there must be 2 route choices that are similar. Like, I knew that it cannot be that there's only one that's gonna work. So I already decided that I will take that one. But we punched together in the control before, and I kind of turned back and started running with others, and I lost, I think, around 5 or 10 seconds, because on my route choice I actually had to continue on the street and run on the other side of the building. So I let kind of I looked where the others are going and what they are doing, and it messed up. So probably it also decided the race for me there. Yes.
All right. Must be nice to have such a strong competition here at home.
Yes, it's amazing. I'm also glad I could actually compete because a week ago I wasn't running at all. So I'm just glad that it all worked out quite well.
Well, thank you. We are looking very much forward to you representing Team Latvia in the international competitions. And thank you. And now we have a men's elite winner, Tomas Krivda, winning everything this weekend. How are you feeling after 3 tough days of racing?
Yeah, it wasn't easy to handle all the free competitions. I had things to fix after yesterday long distance. Screwing the race at the end of the long distance. So I was really motivated to try to beat guys today. One of the only knockout sprints you can do in a year. It's not that often that you can train these with the international field. So it was really nice competing with the guys, and especially the final. I really enjoyed it. It was I think quite intensive and tight all the way to the finish, fighting with Jorgen to the last meters, and yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Oh, felt like you were in control all the way ahead. Did it really feel like that way, or did you feel a little bit threat from the Estonian?
Yeah, of course. I was trying to be active and to be in front of the field and at least behave confident. I think that's always paying off to look confident compared to the other guys. Like even when you are not taking all the right routes, sometimes you can just influence them and take them with you, even if it's a little bit worse. I think this last long leg to the park, I'm not convinced that was the fastest route we took, but still the others went with me. So then it was just about the last 2 controls not to lose any time, because Jörgen was just on my back. So I knew that he's probably not beating me if I'm not making any mistakes at the end. But I had to be precise, and luckily it was let's say under control all the way to the finish, and really happy to take this victory with me.
Well, congratulations, we had a Czech double win. Another person here for an interview is we call some people Lieldienu balva legends, and you are now qualifying for that. So this race didn't turn out as probably hoped for you, 4th place. The last route choice, why didn't you take the long way around?
Yeah, I felt like I didn't have the best start to the first control already. I took the right one, and then everyone came through the control towards me, and that small gap was really difficult to catch up. I felt they were running really fast from start to finish, so I was always a bit behind. And then I saw the long route to number 11, and I don't know, I should have taken it, of course, and then take the risk there. And maybe I still believe if you push there hard, it was possible to catch some gap, maybe for the 3rd place. But I was hoping I just take the same route and maybe they will miss, and but they didn't. So it turned out 4th place. Of course, it's a pity to miss the podium, but it was super nice training, and I was happy to compete here today.
Yeah, thank you, Yannick. We wish you luck in the sprint season this year in Italy. For the World Championships. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Here the men's finally, we heard Yannick Michels, the last one before him. Krivda told about this rivalry between him and Estonian Jonas. Very good performance for Krivda during those days in Latvia. And Michels, 2024 winner at Lieldienu balva, this time outside the podium into the 4th place. There was also still Perrin involved in the battle for but then finished third.
Prize, knockout gold in event. We will start in 2 minutes. Welcome everybody.
Yeah, a little bit later we'll follow the prize giving ceremony of this gold world ranking event in orienteering sports, the sprint. There was a forest events Saturday and Sunday, different competition, Kurzemes Pavasaris or Kurzemes Spring. So the Latvian Cup of orienteering sports will continue also next weekend. But then 2027 also for Latvia will be very important in orienteering sports. In 2027, Latvia will host World Championships in MTB orienteering and also European Youth Championships. That will be in the June of 2027. Last time Latvia hosted some big event was in 2018, the World Championships in foot orienteering. Neighboring countries, Estonia hosted in Rakvere 2022 European Championships, but Lithuania European Championships MTB orienteering last year, and this year European Championships foot orienteering.
Aicinājums visiem, kas šeit pretendī varēja tuvumā nācies iepriecīgos divas stāvam, kuri tūdaļ arī nokārtot kā apbalvos, visam īsa. Suminot un apbalvojot labākos izslēgšanas zelta kategorijas izslēgšanā, sprinta, mačā, daudavos, Lieldienu, balvas, ietvaros, vīrietis un sievietes elites grupas konkurentē un tiks pasniegt arī īpaši balvu labākajiem Latvijas pārstāvjiem, kas šajā
Yeah, flower ceremony in a few minutes time.
prize giving will start now, so welcome
Flower ceremony or prize giving, we can call it.
podium of winners from the man and women's final races in knockout sprints. Un tātad sievietes kā pirmās, the ladies first, and
So the competition, men went first, but prize giving flower ceremony, the ladies will be first. Yeah, Finland on the podium with Vera Clementinen, earning the third place. Polish Hornik, second place. See, Hornik coming here. And the winner from Czech Republic, Teresa Rauterier. You can see the Maxima supporters, Latvian Sports Federation Council. So looks like Hornik only one ready for prize giving ceremony. Hornik very happy. I will soon see also the other prize podium place winners. You can see also the money prize for the finalists. It's not like Czech Airlines flying 6 o'clock and Rauteria is on the way to the airport, and Finnair also flying not 6:15, and Clementina should be here. Helsinki and Praga. Maybe on the men's side we'll see complete. Now Perrin here. Jonas also here, and then we'll see Krivda. All three best men ready at the prize giving ceremony. Now, this is a Latvian. He was not in the final, he was in the semi-final. Walter Seneslācis, he was best Latvian, therefore he's earning a special prize from the organizers. And he is earning more than the third in overall. And a second victory for Czech Republic. Rautarie and Krivda. Czech day today. Also a good performance from Estonia, France, Poland, and also Finland. Those countries, 5 countries on the podium today. Czech with 2 victories. So that was all from today. Together with you, commentator Ivars Bacis. Thank you for listening, and let's meet in other competitions at the World or European Championships. Have a nice second part of the second Easter day. See you again.